guys! So the day has finally arrived. Today I'm going to be getting the laser done on my skin. So I just thought I'd record a few minutes just before I actually leave, just to let you know how I'm feeling. So right now I'm actually really nervous, and I think the main reason I'm nervous is actually because I have to leave the house with no makeup on. I know that's ridiculous. I'm more nervous about that than I am about the actual treatment. Well, that's not necessarily true. I'm probably equally nervous about that. See, I don't have a car, so I rely on public transport in Sydney. It doesn't make sense for me to have a car here because I live in the city, so I think public transport is really good in Sydney. So I have to walk to the train, then get the train into town, then obviously I'll get the treatment done, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to wear makeup straight after the treatment because my skin is going to be like in bits, so I need to kind of give it a chance to heal a little bit. So then I'm going to have to get the train home by myself, and apparently my skin is going to feel like it's on fire. Also, with no makeup on, it's going to be red and like probably a little bit puffy, and then all the pigmentation will be out, so I'm just going to look crazy. So I'm really nervous about that. And then yes, I am nervous about the treatment too. I was just reading through all of your comments on my last video, the one where I explained that I was going to be getting this done. So I was reading through all your comments, and I have to say just thank you so much to everybody that wished me luck, or you know, just said, yeah, go you. Just thank you so much. It actually really calmed me an awful lot reading all those comments this morning, so thanks. And awesome questions. So I've got a list of questions that I'm going to bring into the clinic and hopefully get some answers for you guys. So yeah, wish me luck.
So on 3, you're going to feel like a couple pinprick. Yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Okay, it's very different in the face, don't worry. That's the sensation. So it's like hot little pinpricks. Okay. I'll get you through the treatment. You'll be fine. I do this every day. Okay, it's not fun, but it's definitely worth it.
Okay.
Still as possible for me. How's that feeling?
Oh, great. Wonderful, great.
Okay, so what I want you to do is take deep breaths in and out, try and keep as still as possible. Doing wonderfully. You okay? So it feels like hot little pinpricks. Okay there? Wonderful. Wiggle your toes if you feel you need to. And we're getting close up to the cheek. Don't worry about the flash if you can see it. You okay there? Doing great. Don't worry about the flash. You're a little tuffy. You're doing wonderfully. Don't worry about here. Alright. So a lot of them have already started to darken up nicely, which is what we want. Feeling quite warm. Okay. That's it.
Good.
Done. You did it. Yay! And in 2 weeks you come back to go through it all again.
Oh, so I'm back from getting the treatment done, and I just wanted to share with you my first kind of thoughts afterwards. So first of all, I'm going to talk about where I got it done, and I got it done in a clinic in Sydney called Laser by Sia, and they've got 3 clinics all over Sydney. They've one in Bondi Junction, one in Pitt Street in the city, that's where I went, and one in Castle Hill. So if you are in Sydney and you're looking to get laser done, that's where the clinics are. I just cannot recommend that place enough. It was Sia herself, so she's the co-founder of the clinic that did my treatment for me, and like hand on heart, they were so professional and so friendly and just really understanding, and you know, really helped to calm me down, kind of talk me off the ledge because I was actually very nervous when I went in. First of all, I seriously cannot recommend the place enough. So the treatment itself was about 5 minutes long. It went by so much quicker than I thought it would. So I recorded the whole thing, and I think I only have like 4 or 5 minutes of footage, so it was over so quickly. I'm not gonna lie, it is not the most pleasant thing to have done. It hurts. In my consultation, Sia described it as tiny pinpricks, like fiery pinpricks, like it's very hot. For me, it actually felt more like electric shocks. It's over so quickly that really, you know, you just get over it. You know, you just breathe. I had like a little squeezy ball to kind of get through it, but it was over so quickly that, you know, it's not bad. It's really not that bad. And I have to go back in 2 weeks, and I'm not dreading having to go back in 2 weeks. It's funny, I expected my skin to look so much worse, and I had been prepared for my skin to look so much worse. Like they had told me in the clinic, you know, this is what you should expect. So obviously, you know, they kind of told me worst case scenario. So when I did look at myself first in the mirror, and I actually think I got this on camera, I'm like, oh, like I expected from the sensation of having it done and from the kind of burning sensation that was on my skin afterwards, I expected to look in the mirror and just see this big puffy red, like just horrible skin, bruises almost on my skin. But then I looked at it and I looked exactly the same. Like I didn't look, in my eyes I couldn't see any difference to before I started. Then about 5 minutes later my skin started to get a little bit red. But then maybe in about 20 minutes after that, my skin, it was a bit red, but it was about as red as my skin would be after a vigorous exfoliation. You know, that kind of way, like it didn't look irritated, it was just a little bit pink really. And it's been about maybe an hour since I've had it done. So you can see the redness has gone down. The pigmentation is really starting to come out of my skin now. Even in the space of time of me starting to record this video, I can see that the pigmentation is a lot stronger than it was. I don't want this to be too long, but just my initial thought so far, yes, the procedure is painful, but it's really quick. So it's over really before you know it. It's not as bad as you would expect it to be. My skin does not look half as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really did think I was gonna have to be like a hermit for the next week and not be able to like go outside the door because of my crusty scabby face. No, nothing has scabbed yet, like it's still very early days, but so far everything is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So it is Monday, it's been 4 days since I got the treatment done, so I just thought I would check in with you. So my skin feels absolutely fine, it doesn't feel like I had anything done. The only complaint I have is that it feels a little bit dry, like the texture of it is quite rough. And on Saturday was probably the worst day. It was really itchy, but itchiness has literally been the only kind of side effect that I've had from it. And it's just frustrating because you're not allowed to scratch your face because you can't scratch the pigment off. If it comes off too soon, then you run the risk of having a scar. So all day Saturday I was just like, just pressing my face, trying to like relieve the itchiness like that. That's gone though today. I was told that would be a normal side effect that is to be expected. Like they do superficially burn the surface of the skin and they do that to encourage it to heal. So obviously your skin is going to feel a bit dry after something like that, but in about 10 to 12 days it should have regenerated itself and my skin will feel back to normal. But then I start the whole process again because I'm getting it done again next Wednesday, so I'll have another 2 weeks. But now that I know what to expect, I'm not half as nervous about it. My skin definitely looks clearer. A lot of the pigment that was dark has either gone or is an awful lot lighter. You do have to get the treatment done twice because you can't get rid of everything in one go, and I have quite a lot of pigment. I don't expect that all of my pigment is going to go. The colour of my freckles is quite an orangey kind of peachy tone, and I think that the laser, like it's the treatment is most effective when you've got slightly darker pigment, so when it's more of a brown colour and less of like a peachy colour. But I am going to be using a product after the treatment to help lighten any kind of residual pigment that's left and just even out the skin a little bit more even after the treatment is done. The products that I have been using, like the products I've been using to kind of care for my skin, the aftercare prescription that they gave me, are amazing. So I'm using the skincare products that they recommended I get, and also the makeup I recommended to get. And I'm actually going to do a separate video on them because I think they totally deserve to have their own separate video. They've been absolutely fantastic. So at the end of this video, I will have kind of like a slideshow of photos just showing you the progress of my skin so far, because I know there's only so much you can really see coming across in video on camera. And also I will have a blog post, kind of an in-depth blog post with all the photos there, so if you want to go over to my blog you can have a look at them there. I'll also be posting the questions and answers video that I recorded in the clinic. So a lot of you guys sent me in questions once you found out that I was getting the treatment done. I asked you for your questions, so I asked Sia about 5 or 6 questions. She's the co-founder of the clinic, so I'll have the link in the description box and also probably somewhere on the screen here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know probably not everybody is going to find it that interesting, but I just know myself from when I was trying to do research about the procedure before I wanted to get it done, I couldn't find like anybody's personal experience of it. I know Let's Makeup, who is another Irish beauty guru vlogger person here on YouTube, who's actually an ex-colleague of mine, and she's a friend. She's had it done and I did watch all of her videos and they were great, but other than that I couldn't find anything. Like I couldn't find any blog posts. The only thing I could find were articles written by the clinics that perform the treatments, and I don't know, I just feel like that's a bit biased. Like, I want to hear someone's personal experience of it. So that's why I wanted to make this video and also a blog post, just to help anybody else out there that's thinking about getting it done and just doesn't really know, is a bit on the fence, not really sure what to expect. I just want to give you a little bit more information and to tell you my personal experience. So I've been talking for way too long. Stay tuned if you want to see the photos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you so soon. Bye.
So the particular laser that we use is specialized to remove more your pigmentation that's caused through sun damage, so your sunspots, your freckles, any type of solar lentigine that you get, age spots. It can also assist with melasma, because melasma actually exposes due to UV exposure, which draws it to the surface of the skin.